Καλησπέρα σε φίλους και γνωστούς. Ελπίζω να είστε όλοι καλά. Το βράδυ Παρασκευής σήμερα και ξέρω έχουμε συνηθίσει να κάνουμε διάφορες συνεντεύξεις, να μιλάμε για την αγορά, να μοιραζόμαστε νέα ιδέες. Όμως δημιουργήθηκε μία νέα ανάγκη. Καταλάβαμε εδώ και χρόνια ότι είμαστε μία μικρή, να το πω, αγορά και δεν θα πρέπει να υπάρχουν σύνορα και όρια. Έτσι, λοιπόν, ξεκινάμε ένα νέο κύκλο εκπομπών και έχει να κάνει με την παρουσία τη δική μας, της εταιρείας μας και όχι μόνο, στο εξωτερικό και πώς μπορούμε να συνεργαζόμαστε με μεσίτες, φίλους, συνεργάτες, όχι μόνο για την πρόθεση των ακινήτων, αλλά και να μαθαίνουμε πράγματα για άλλες αγορές και κοινωνίες. Οπότε μου επιτρέπετε να γυρίσω στα αγγλικά και να καλησπερίσω τη φίλη μου, την Ugo. Hello, Ugo. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. Thank you that you are at our first interview to say to our international tour with Keller Williams.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to talk to you.
You know, I'd like to share the story, how this started. And the story goes 15 days ago when we met to an international meeting with our friends from USA, to Keller Williams Family Reunion. And we thought that that's a good opportunity to start and meet around the world, to see to our clients and to our friends that we are a small society. We can exchange experiences, properties, and we can help. We can help our clients to their needs globally. So that was the idea, and thank you that you are came here today.
No, thank you. And I recently worked with a client in Cyprus, and you kindly offered to help me get something over to the client. So yes, absolutely. It is a nice network of people and always willing to help and share. So thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you. Let's start by introduce yourself and starting by asking you how long you've been in real estate, Ugo?
So I started in real estate originally as a banker. So I used to be an investment banker in real estate finance, structuring real estate deals. I grew up in America. I'm Nigerian by birth, but grew up in America. And then I moved to London about 10 years ago. And I saw a real opportunity to work with international buyers especially. So I set up Onyx in 2012. And then I joined Keller Williams. Keller Williams started expanding internationally, and I became an agent with Keller Williams in 2015. So it's been a long journey, getting to see all different sides of real estate, as on the finance side, as an investor, I own property, I've done some other things. So been in real estate a long time.
Yes, true. And I think you are from the first people that you joined Keller Williams International. Yes, I think.
Yeah, we're one of the first, certainly the first in the UK, and I think maybe Turkey and a couple other places, but definitely was 5 years ago. It's not the 50 countries that it is today. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. How was the experience to be the first and now to see all the people, countries joining and become bigger and bigger family all the time?
Yeah, and look, whenever you join something in the beginning, there's definitely going to be more growing pains, as we say. So you have to figure out the model. We came in definitely more focused on relationships and building relationships as individual agents. And that is very different than the way it's done here in the UK. So there's an element of bringing a whole new concept into the market, and then also trying to establish the right processes and things like that. But it's been exciting. And at the heart of it, what is great is whether it's UK, Greece, New York, the Keller Williams, I think, culture is really about helping each other grow our businesses. And so that's what's most exciting, is that really everybody you come across is so helpful, and no matter where you're at, and that's really nice to see.
And that's the idea, exactly you said about culture, how important it is to support each other, and not only each other. I'd like to share something I showed to your newsletter, of course, but also to support and help the society outside of us, because the society that brings us work is something we have to give back all the time. And what I noticed, I received a newsletter of yours, and it was very interesting because you were doing something different than us. And what I saw is that we are saying, okay, you're having a property, very well, but you are doing a lot of work with the society and the neighborhood around. You had everything from restaurants, from kindergartens, schools. Okay, amazing work, very well. I think we have to copy some things, yes, from you.
Well, as we say, repeat, rinse and repeat, or duplicate, or something like that. So you're very welcome. But yeah, no, ultimately, people are not just buying a property. They buy a community. They buy into an area. And so if we are real estate agents in the city, in the community, then we should celebrate the community. And that's what I hope to try to share, and not just talk about a property, because that's great for one person, but some people just like getting my newsletter because if they feel connected to what's happening in London. We try to celebrate different organizations, obviously, especially because of what's happening. It's been so tough for small businesses. So we were talking about perhaps restaurants and things like that that are doing takeaway, different cultural things you can still find online. So yeah, we want to celebrate all those things, especially, you know, now it's more important than ever. Yeah.
Yes, because they need support also. Everything is, we have issues, a lot of things. But before we go for about England, we share some statistics and all this stuff, I'd like to ask you how you work as a solo agent. You're having a team. What exactly?
Yeah, I work as a solo agent. I do have some support staff, so I've got an admin that supports me. We do property management as well, so I've got an admin, a property management team that looks after our properties. But for the most part, it's just me and a very small admin team that supports me.
Very well, very well. So I would like to that point to share some facts about England and Greece and how we operate all these years, and let's see what's happening. Okay, so according to the research, it says tourists from United Kingdom in 2020 were 828, you know, but in 2019 was 3,300,000, a lot of people. And they said, I don't know, have you ever been to Greece?
I have actually. So yes, only once, but I'm excited to come back. But I think I hit a few. I get to Santorini, absolutely, and Athens. Yeah.
So most of British said that Santorini, Corfu, and Crete were their loved destinations, their favorite destination. And yes, by moving on to the next slide, it says that about 5,000 British are living in Greece, and of course are interested in buying real estate here. And of course there is the program of golden visa now that we're going to talk also with Brexit. And also, I don't know if you knew that thing, 80,000 Greeks live in the United Kingdom, and 10,000 of them are students. Maybe this also is going to change because of the new situation that are happening with Brexit now. But yes, the community of Greeks there is very strong, as you see. I think it's important to see how we can help.
Yeah, well, yes, and you know, UK, London is a very multicultural place, so everyone, I think, feels very comfortable and has plenty of their own if they want to connect with. So that's nice to see, and I hope it continues for sure.
So now we have all the same issues, I believe, with the COVID. And how has the pandemic affected the real estate market in the UK? And especially, of course, in London that you are.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been the craziest year. On the one hand, we saw transaction volume fall quite a bit. But after we had a national lockdown, the first national lockdown for about 2 months, and after that, we just saw so many people looking to move, right? So obviously people are looking for more space. They're looking to go out in the countryside. In London, people are looking for that extra bedroom. They might be looking for a balcony or a garden. So it just was so much activity. The government also put in place a stamp duty holiday, where you could save £15,000 on stamp duty. And stamp duty for us is a tax on purchase, so you pay a tax based on the purchase price. So with that, it just really encouraged the market, and such that, you know, by the end of last year, average prices in London were back in record territory. So you saw so much activity, not the same volume, but so much, you know, pent up demand. And so that, again, just brought the property prices back up. So it was really an interesting year, because I'm not sure anybody thought after that first lockdown we would have such a strong year in the business. And yet many of us, including myself, we had some of our best years in business. So it's been really interesting.
Yes, the British changed what they preferred, the preparations of properties. They are looking for vacation homes, or they're looking for, as you said, with an extra room, something, just to have their office to their place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're definitely seeing a lot of that. Obviously, a lot of people like open plan, but now people are recognizing they're going to be working from home more. So having that extra bedroom becomes very important.
Yes, yes, I understand that it's happening also in Greece. But, you know, the market, as we saw in USA, and as you told me now in England, isn't the same here. It takes more time to react to this new phenomenon of lockdown and the pandemic. And we believe after this spring, things to go more faster. Now the market is very slow for us. And something that, okay, is something unique for you, believe, and for us also. What about Brexit? Sorry. Do the British invest in real estate? How they are doing?
Well, you know, I think Brexit really only got settled at the beginning of this year, and yet we've been in lockdown. So I just think it's such a distorted, like, who knows the reality, the practicalities. As your slide was showing, 3 million Brits, or Brits like to come to Greece to vacation. And so certainly there's such a love for Europe, I think, for most Brits in traveling and being connected. So I think so much has to get figured out, right? Everything from, obviously in the UK and in London, the financial sector is a big driver, right, of the economy. And we're heavily reliant on international staff coming over to work in the financial sector, particularly Europeans. So I think the logistics of that has to get settled on a practical basis. But certainly I hope that the spirit will be that UK is still open for business, still wants a multicultural society, still wants Europeans investing in London and supporting and the UK overall. And so, but there's just so much, we have to see how it works out from a practical level, from a trade level, from logistics on flying and visas and passports and everything. Obviously, the easier they make that, hopefully the easier and more comfortable Europeans will feel to still come, invest, have a base. But I work with a lot of, Americans, and there's no particular, there's limits on days a year you can spend in the UK, but it's still an attractive destination. So I hope that will still be the case for Europeans.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Ugo, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
I'm sorry for probably the internet connection here had
That's
some
okay.
issues.
That's okay.
Okay. So we are going to wait until next period how Brexit is going to see how people are going to move. And according to visa or issues also with the connection.
Sorry, can you repeat that last part? You said we have to see. Sorry.
Okay, now you can hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So, okay, let's leave the Brexit issue outside and ask you something about Greece. When you are hearing Greece, what comes to your mind?
The most beautiful blue water.
Okay.
You have the gorgeous, I mean, Santorini, the white stucco. And you just, I actually, it's been my screenshot for, I think, for a while, was this, in Santorini, just these beautiful pinkish red flowers that kind of vine along. And it's just between the white, the red, the blue of the ocean or the sea, it's gorgeous. And so when I think of Greece, I think of the water and that the beautiful white architecture. So, you know, we're in real estate, we love property. Visually, it's just stunning. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Emotions. You, how to say, you connect with, not to say, the feelings about how you feel with the sunset, with architecture.
The food, the people are beautiful. It's and the history. So for me, I love exploring history, and obviously Greek civilization is almost the starting point. So yeah, Greece has a lot to offer culturally, as I said, food, history, architecturally. It's gorgeous.
Very well. And going back again to our business, what are you doing different now to overcome the difficulties of lockdowns according to technology? What new tools are you using?
Well, we're all using a lot more Zoom calls, and so definitely that. You know, working with international buyers, whether it's on WhatsApp or some they might prefer Messenger on Facebook. You have to, I think, meet people where they want to, how they want to communicate, and so we try to definitely make sure we're, you know, leaning into that and making sure we can communicate in a way that people that appreciate. And then the biggest thing, certainly when on my sales side, is we make sure and we recognize that, honestly, I feel like we are marketers. So our number one job is to feature and showcase properties beautifully. And so with everything, no matter what price point it is, I really love interior design. I'm very passionate about it. So I make sure that when we are going for our photography, our photo shoots, we come with extra bedding, we come with flowers, we come to dress up the space. And then when we talk about a place, because again, if somebody is considering it beyond just the house that it's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,000 square feet, what else do you need to know? And so we want to make sure we're giving people information about the area, the connections, the transport, the schools, and just really helping them get, I'm very active on social media. So I try to take videos as well and just really just try to show people as much as they need to. And when I work with buyers, the same thing. I really want to make sure that when I go and preview properties for them, we're taking very good videos as well as pictures, giving them the information that they need, discussing things to consider, things that might be a concern. If they're looking for a buy-to-let investment, we want to make sure we're doing our homework to calculate what it could potentially rent for. So it's just really trying to be, and I take it even more seriously because you are their eyes and ears on the ground, right? So they're really relying on you. So I'd rather a client reject 10 properties and end up with number 11 that they feel really good about and feel like they understand versus trying to push anyone in particular, because ultimately, I want them to be so happy that they're referring their friends. And so I think it's really just important to keep the relationship in mind. And also, it's been a tough year. So if people need to put things on pause, understanding why they might need to sell, what's it about. Oftentimes when people are selling, there might be other family issues, divorce, marriage, baby, relocating, whatever. And I think you have to be ultra sensitive to that, especially in COVID, that there's just so much stress happening in people's lives. So yeah, I just think it's really about building the relationship and having the opportunity to show people you care as well during these tough times.
Yes, very well, very well. We feel the same things. And I'd like to ask you, you have people, buyers that they are buying a property without without live seeing, just by your marketing.
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'm completing today on a flat we bought for American clients in Kensington. And this was the second property we've bought for them in 12 months. So we bought 2 properties for them during COVID. And this one, they haven't seen it. And it was literally taking advantage of the fact that the dollar had been quite strong to the pound. Interest rates are very low and prices have come down in certain areas. And so as a buy-to-let investment, when we looked at the opportunities, and this time around, again, they now really trusted because I had found them the last property. I said, let's diversify. Let's do something slightly different, look at a different part of town. But because there's such a strong demand for outdoor space, let's focus on a property that has a bit of terrace, a bit of courtyard, because we think those dynamics will be quite desirable. And they trusted that. But yeah, it's been amazing. My Cypriot client, we found him something and sight unseen and bought him a nice buy-to-let as well in South Kensington. And I worked for, another Hong Kong buyer, that's the second property, sight unseen. And yeah, I think people are recognizing that there is a special window right now for London and the UK to get good opportunities. And if we can help them find that, then that's what we'd like to do.
So nice. I don't know if we can share a video of yours that shows the work that you are doing with your clients. Is it that possible, Asterios?
If we hear the video.
Just the sound, we cannot hear the sound.
But again, we're trying to show people the area. This property is a flat at Queensgate in South Kensington. So we're shooting a little bit around the area before we go in, just to give people a sense of things. And then, yeah, just doing really high quality videos showcasing some of the best features of the property. This one is, yeah, it's just a great property. It's grade 2 listed, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and next to Kensington Gardens. So really great location. Excuse me 1 second. Somebody's at the door. I'm so sorry.
I think they're doing a great work here.
Yeah. So it's in this. Yeah. So this property's got a lot of good features for international clients. So it's something we're hoping we will sell.
Yes, so professionally. Very well. Okay, so nice.
It's a great property. So if you have any buyers who want to be in prime central London and great space, happy to show it off.
Okay, if you allow me to share also some vacation properties, because it's very important for us here. We have tourism, we have Greek islands, and okay, I don't think that's, for example, Mykonos. You know Mykonos, of course.
Yes, of course. Mm-hmm.
That's a high-end property for us, as it has a private pool and all this stuff. I just don't know, we don't have more pictures because that's not just a pool, that's a private beach also.
Wow. That is stunning. Yeah, a pool.
Special. Yes, that's also some short description. But we have videos and all this stuff, of course, because we believe, as you said, people cannot be here, but they can feel the experience of seeing a property with technology. And yes, we can move forward Asteris. Yes, and that's also a big property in front of the sea. Here near Athens, just half-hour driving. That's it, the same. And as we said, we try also to show to our clients how important is the trust with the agents, to feel safe and to have referrals. I think that's the issue for everyone. We need people for a long life and not for an instant sale. And that's the idea. I believe for professional people.
No, absolutely. And to know that I can send a client, a potential client, to you and your team and know that they'll be well looked after is very important. And to know people work the same way you like to work, which is to give really good service and to help people understand what they're looking for. It's really important to have that network of good agents across the globe. And we know that people are international and are investing internationally. So that's really important.
And as I said at the beginning, that's the idea of creating a big team of international agents that they want to help international buyers or sellers. And of course, to have the very easy communication with everything we need and to feel free to send an email to take care of your clients. And Ugo, I'd like to say a big thank you that you were here.
Thank you.
Very important for us that you gave us a lot of info about your country, about real estate, about Brexit, and all these interesting things. And I hope to see you in live in Greece.
Absolutely. I think we're all going to lose our minds flying all over the world. So I'd love to come back to Greece, and knowing that you guys are there, I can't wait. So yeah, for sure.
You're going to be our guest here and go to have Tsipuro, tzatziki, and all this stuff. See,
I would love it.
Very Greek, how to say, basic, beautiful moments. And yes.
I have to. Yes, we don't have great weather in London, so we have to travel for our sun. So I absolutely will make Greece a destination a destination soon.
I'll be more than happy to see you here. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.